It's Week 7 of the 2022 season. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Cardinals and the Saints next on EA Sports.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. He's one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
A run for Kamara on 1st down, but the running room closes up quickly as he's only able to get a yard there.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Kamara with a first down run, but he's unable to get back to the line of scrimmage as the push-up field is strong defensively.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage...
And he's got him! It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans! Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Murray's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Snap comes to Murray at 1. And the grab by Croft. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there. Now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
On play action, it's Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunity.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for 2, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw, it's Murray. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's doing his job, but the bottom line, they're losing. They've got a deficit to make up here, and he knows it.
And quarterbacks who last in this league learned that lesson really early. You may have had a great stat line and felt pretty good about how you played, but if your team didn't win, it almost doesn't matter. And right now he's adopted that attitude. How do I get better? How does my team get better? How do we find a way to win the game?
Well, he's hoping to lead his team to a successful drive. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield.
Passing game's been working.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. B.J. Hill gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Chandler Jones providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Sheds off the tackle. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Bulldozes past him. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
From the gun, Murray. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will take this one home. That's a touchdown. That's a tough blow there offensively. Had a decent drive going. You've got the lead, and now things completely flip on them.
Yeah, because they've been dominating both sides of the ball. But after that mistake there, it's got to be tough for them to look up and realize we're trailing in this ball game. I thought we had complete control.
Lux with the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Andy Isabella with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead.
And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up, get the defense to react.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield staying on his feet, and he's going to go down again. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center.
He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off around the 37. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Now it looks like we're going to time out as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Following the interception, Mayfield. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. A final shot before half from Murray.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Picked off at the 38.
And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we see the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And this is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff in the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all? Now Mayfield lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And Thomas has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Murray. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big play that time through the 34 yards. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in. Yes. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown. Prater for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Caught that one from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he gets this down deep inside of Arizona's 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A give. This is Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Cardinals 12-yard line. Mayfield. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Marquez Callaway. His second touchdown of the game. His third on the year. And the Saints are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple more times to give them a chance.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. Murray has the first down and more. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the third quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Murray now on first down. Throwing for his line back, and he's got him complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple. second down. Play action. Now it's Murray. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Murray now to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Murray and company going for it on fourth. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. Now the offense will recover, but it won't make much difference here. This will still be a turnover on downs. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. The Saints on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be third and forever. Throwing, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Zaven Collins drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be fourth and long.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Looking long for Thomas. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now Murray off play action. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's third and 1. Here's Murray. And the grab by Croft.
Another miss.
Still on his feet. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake in the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now, second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The Cardinals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Cards look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point good by Prater, and the lead is up to 18 now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run.
Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's what really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. Touchdown, New Orleans! Oh, yeah! Dax Milne, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Let's look at the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. And this is going to be incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well. And maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. On play action, it's Murray. Forced out to his left. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They're going for it. Hits Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella there to make the grab. And the Cardinals have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
And once more, the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. A first down throw for Mayfield. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. First down, Mayfield. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the gun, Mayfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big offensive explosion help leading.